When in Scotland, King Charles III and Queen Camilla usually stay at Balmoral, a 53,000-acre estate on Royal Deeside. King Charles III has flown to Scotland with his wife Queen Camilla, where they will have time to privately mourn the death of the Queen for the next few days. The sovereign reportedly left RAF Northolt in a private jet and is set to land at Aberdeen Airport around lunchtime. As the new sovereign boarded the plane with his wife, the King's escorts removed their helmets and bowed, the Mail Online wrote. While north of the border, Charles is expected to visit Balmoral Castle, the residence where the Queen died 12 days ago. However, he will likely stay at Balmoral, his much-beloved Scottish home inherited from the Queen Mother in 2002. Charles and Camilla's trip to Scotland comes only hours after the royal family took part in a private ceremony in Windsor, after which the Queen was buried in the King George VI Memorial Chapel. Located next to the choir of the main St. George's Chapel, the late sovereign was reunited there with Prince Philip, her husband of 73 years. In the small memorial chapel built in the 1960s have also been buried King George VI, the Queen Mother and Princess Margaret. This private event took place after the country rallied around the royal family for the funeral service held at Westminster Abbey at 11 a.m. This ceremony was attended by more than 2,000 people, while thousands more mourners lined the streets, later crossed by the state gun carriage and state hearse with the Queen's coffin. Among the high-profile attendees at the funeral were U.S. President Joe Biden, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Several foreign royals also travelled to the capital to pay tribute to the longest-reigning British sovereign, including Monaco's Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene and Denmark's Queen Margrethe II. King Charles led his family in 3 processions during the day, starting with the cortege which took the coffin from Westminster Hall to Westminster Abbey. After the funeral, the King walked once again behind his mother's casket through the streets of central London, and one last time after the hearse arrived on the grounds of Windsor Castle for the committal service held shortly after 4 p.m. at St. George's Chapel. While the period of national mourning ended after the state funeral took place yesterday, the period of royal mourning will last until September 26. This will give the chance to the royals to process their grief after having made several public appearances over the past few days. At the end of the last day of national mourning, both King Charles and the Prince and Princess of Wales' Twitter account paid one last public tribute to the Queen. The royal family Twitter account shared a never-before-seen snap of the late sovereign. The breathtaking snap, taken at Balmoral, shows the Queen on a walk on her adored estate. The post also included a message, reading, "May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. In loving memory of Her Majesty the Queen." Kate and Prince William's social media account, on the other hand, shared a picture of the Queen's coffin being carried by 8 pallbearers. This black and white snap also included a heartfelt tribute, reading, "Goodbye to a queen, a mother, a grandmother and a great-grandmother.